an introduction into the world of coworking. And he comes originally from Nigeria, but he is studying in Kaunas as a PhD student, and he also graduated in Kaunas. So, go ahead.
Hello, Diana. Hello. Seriously, come on. Hello. I like to have a very interactive section. Usually, lectures are different from seminars and conferences. At the end of today, I hope I will make some friends before I leave here. The objective of events like this is to help us understand better concepts that we, for instance, thought we understood before, and if we do really understand, to be able to share with other people. We started a series yesterday in Kaunas. We are here. I was going to ask to Monica, sorry, you don't take people from other cities? Just Vilnius?
Oh no, it's fine. It's open for everyone.
Okay, you said Vilnius.
It's just because we are partnering with the municipality, that's why we use the name.
So, Kaunas has something. All right, I will be talking today about co-work spaces. The objective of me starting is to try to open up, and I believe others will talk more about this. A co-work space, pretty much, I think some of us know what it is already, maybe because we've worked in one before, or we have friends who own one. For instance, I have Mendugas and Aturas already here in this room that I know own or manage co-work spaces. I have studied this phenomenon for a while, and it so far has been quite interesting. We had quite an interesting discussion yesterday, and I hope today we'll be able to continue. As we see, Angel pretty much describes for me what a co-work space is. I like very much this definition because of two of the words she used here. The first is, she said, it's anytime two or more motivated individuals come together to try to create value. It makes a lot of sense to me. Because why will you and I come together anyways? Why will you and I come together in a space to work? It's because we want to create value that probably we might not have been able to create if we were working differently. I am a specialist in some area, and you are, for instance, a specialist in another area. You might be a designer, probably you might be a coder. I don't know nothing about coding. If you ask me to write the first line of a code, I will just flunk it. I don't know nothing about this. But I know a lot about business. Okay, so if you brought your coding skills and I brought my business skills and we met in a space, certainly after a while of interacting and creating and sharing ideas, we might be able, or we probably should be able to create value. Interestingly, if you look at this map, co-work spaces did not start in Europe. It started in San Francisco in 2005 and has grown around the world. Basically, every city of the world today has a co-work space in some form. And the reason is this. If you look at the way people work, I work from home a lot, but I don't see working from home as productive as when I go to any of my two offices. If I went to the faculty, for instance, I do research. If I went to the design center where I meet creative minds and we discuss a lot about projects, about something, and then I know I produce something. I feel like I have made a difference that day. But if I was on my bed or in my sitting room, I don't feel, or I really think, I don't produce as much value. So co-work spaces attract people. And because people want to find these spaces are opening up all over the world. If you look at this map, in Europe alone, there are 1,160 co-work spaces. That's the largest number globally. For something that did not start in Europe, it is a pretty much interesting figure to look at. It means that the amount of creative ideas within this continent alone surpasses that is within other continents if you look at it closely. Because for my definition of a co-work space pretty much is where creative minds come to interact. So if this definition is true, it means there are more creative minds in Europe than, as the map might show us. This is subject to debate. I have discussed this pretty much with a lot of friends, and yes, everybody has his own or her own idea. But I think the thing is, the United States alone accounts for quite a huge number of what we have in North America. Europe is more dispersed. Lithuania has a number of co-work spaces. Germany has a number of co-work spaces. It's not like everything is in one part of the world. Co-work spaces pretty much, or co-working is supposed to be quite competitive. Well, it should be competitive, but it's in real terms, it's not. Because if you own a co-work space or you work in a co-work space, you end up someday network with a lot of people that you end up working with in future. I, for one, have, through the movement of the co-work space culture, met a lot of creative minds, web designers, programmers, coders, and these are guys that I have found one reason or the other to call up and do business with over time. And this is simply because everybody has something he has that you will need tomorrow, and that's why events like this give us opportunities even to network. There are three things that co-work spaces, there are three basic reasons why, or three functionalities of a co-work space. What co-work spaces should have. One of it is, it should be aesthetic. It should be, yesterday we were discussing about, somebody gave, Yanis gave his presentation of a co-work space, and it was fantastic. For me, it was new because he had a co-work space that he started with 500 euros. It did not fit into this description of a co-work space. It was not aesthetic, but it was very interesting because he had a co-work space that they painted the wall with milk. The wall was painted with milk. They had to find a way to paint up the space that was cheap, and they found out that in Egypt some time ago you could paint walls with milk. I mean, like, it did not fit into this description, but it was very interesting because it was one of the reasons why people came to that space. And today, that space has grown even into a big one. It should also be creative, as I said. It should appeal to people. And lastly, value should be created within a space. If you join a co-work space today, you want to know that you are able to create some money. You are able to make some money because very few co-work spaces are free to join anyways. So if you are going to join a space, you want to know that you are able to, after a period, make your money. There are things that you will find within a space, pretty much. I think the basics, Wi-Fi, a desk, equipment, storage, these are things that you will find, the basic. Many spaces are able to provide safety, security, you know. You don't want your idea stolen by somebody who comes to work in that space and you share your idea with, and the next day you find him in the next co-work space creating the same project with a different team. You don't want that happening. So of course, the community is the big thing, and safety is important. Love and belonging. I mean, like, seriously, yesterday we talked about this. Some guys in the co-work space just want to hang out. They have jobs maybe, they have some other way of creating money or value, and they just want somewhere where they can hang out with guys like them who share a passion to, you know, do stuff differently, and they come to these places and you can really, really create value from there. Esteem and self-actualization are up the pyramid of co-work space needs. What are the benefits, really, if you want to join a co-work space? You want to join a co-work space because you want to think productively. You want to join it for its community. You want to join a co-work space because it's interesting, really. It's a different way of working. It's not the normal way of working. And this, I think, is quite interesting. This chart was, this survey was done to ask, why do people want to work in a co-work space, for instance? And quite interestingly, if you see the first 4 reasons, you will wonder why, for instance, working in groups is not one of the reasons why people go to co-work spaces. If I was going to join a co-work space or join a team in a co-work space, it's not because I want to be a member of a family. It's pretty much because I want to spend my own time working on my own time. But some of the things that are much up are the social and enjoyable atmosphere, community, which is the biggest thing. Community is quite important. You need to interact with people who understand you, and these things are quite important. Now, what is the alternative to working? You can, if you're a freelancer, you can work, either go to a creative environment to work, or you can go to a coffee shop. How many of you have tried working in a coffee shop before? Pretty much, I did it some minutes ago, trying to finish some stuff. It's not. And how many of you have found working in a coffee shop very productive? You enjoyed it, you finished your job, you did everything quite well. Nobody. That means you. So it works for you. For me, it does not. So you see, the ratio is quite low. You go to a coffee shop, you want to do some work, but somebody just comes in, or some people come in, and friends are just sitting on the next table, they're chatting, making a lot of noise. Even if you plug in your headphone, that might not really be effective. You really get a lot of noise in your brain, and it's not the best way to work, right? You want to know you are working at your own convenience. And I think, looking at the alternative, working in a co-work space beats working in a coffee shop by a long distance, a long distance. And in my opinion, I'd rather work like this in a comfortable atmosphere at my own time, enjoying what I do, than plugging up my ear and trying to, force myself to do some work. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I've been able to share some insights with you. Any questions? I will take. If not, all right.
Well, see something in Nigerian.